guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Lord Zedd from Hasbro. That is right, my friends. When Hasbro announced that they now own the Power Rangers brand, this line right here is what the longtime collectors and Power Rangers fans were really hoping to see. A highly collectible, super articulated, beautifully sculpted line of Power Rangers action figures that spans all of the different eras. This is the company that gives us things like Marvel Legends. So basically, fans were hoping to get a Marvel Legends line of Power Rangers, and that's basically what we've got here with the Lightning Collection. We're going to start with the figure that I personally was most anticipating, Lord Zedd. So you can see the new Lightning Collection figures come in these beautiful window box packages. I love the colors on these, and I love that artwork. The artwork is amazing, and I love the way it kind of wraps around the spine there, which is just a really cool, gorgeous look overall. In fact, I also love how the other end there, the other side, kind of has the artwork just on the spine, almost giving it like a bookend feel, so that if you wanted to put these on the shelf lined up like books, you could totally do that, and it looks great. So really cool packaging, really great artwork. But let's go ahead and get Zedd outside of the packaging and really get a look at this brand new figure. So I'm going to start with the tape measure here. So you can see the figure stands right at 7 inches, but you'll notice it's his Lord Zedd, the little Z sticking off of his head there. That actually makes him reach up to the 7-inch mark. The top of the head is more around the 6.5-inch mark there. And the sculpt on this thing, I mean, it's pretty fantastic. Lord Zedd is an awesome character design. I've always thought he was just a very cool looking villain, and I have never felt that any action figure that has ever been released really captured just how cool this guy looked. This figure right here, immediately out of the box, the actual sculpting does this character justice. It is gorgeous. So let me go ahead and get in a little closer here so you guys can see the details on the head and the face there. I love it. The mask looks perfect. The red of the visor has this great metallic shine to it, so you can really see the way it's reflecting the lights here, which is awesome. The silver that they used is a subtly shiny silver. So I guess one of the things I would say is that I wish that there was a way they could have like really vac metaled this, so we got like the chromed, really shiny silver, because that's the way he looked in the show. I understand that that's tough sometimes, and that type of vac metalized plastic has a tendency to flake, so this looks fine. I don't want to take away from how good this looks. That's just me being a little nitpicky, because it would be really cool to get that very, very shiny look to him. This continues all the way down the body there. You can see it's a very deep red, and there's a great amount of detailing in there because all of those sculpted muscles really kind of pop, because we've got like this black wash that's in there that really brings out all of those sculpted details. You can see all of the metal parts have that same kind of silver shine to them. And then we've also got the hoses all over the figure, and these are all separate, very pliable pieces of plastic that are worked underneath the sculpt there. They're kind of glued and attached. So you can see that the armor pieces are made of a very, very gummy, soft material. They just kind of rest on the figure there, but they're not too rigid, and I think the reason for that is to not get in the way of articulation and stuff, which we're going to get into more in just a bit. But it's part of the sculpt on the arms here. You can see the hoses kind of plug into the hands. The hands are one area that I definitely want to nitpick a little bit, because these little fingernails here are supposed to be silver as well. They are sculpted. You can see the little claws are sculpted on the ends of his fingers, but for whatever reason, they left those unpainted. Those should be silver like the rest of the outfit there. But this great sculpting continues all the way down to the figure's feet there. You can see the hoses running all the way down the legs, kind of wrapping up and around. Just all in all, a very, very cool looking figure. Like, bring it up to the back here, you can see the little spine on his back. Man, he is just a great looking toy. So let's go and talk about articulation, because that is another area where these figures are definitely excelling. So the head has the ability to look left and right, kind of roll around a little bit because it is ball jointed, but it also has that extra hinge joint on the neck. So look at that great range of movement you can get right there. You can see the hinge joint if you turn the neck there. The arms have these great ball hinge joints there, which are tight. They kind of got that ratchet thing going on there. And actually, there's so much articulation, this thing is like bending all over the place. But there you go. So you can move the arms upwards, forwards, backwards. You got that great kind of like extra lat articulation there. So look at that. The arms can move forwards and backwards. And do you see how this is flexing around where the hoses aren't getting in the way? I mean, they're big enough and they're more pliable enough that they're not hindering that motion, which is really great. You can also, of course, swivel at the bicep. You've got double joints at the elbow. You've got swivels at the wrist as well as hinge joints at the wrist there. The torso is really nice because look at this. You got that crazy joint, so you can really rotate and rock the torso all the way around for a great range of motion there. But you also have the ab crunch, so you can also move that part up and down. You got the same kind of hinge joints there at the thighs, so the legs can go outwards, forwards, backwards. You can swivel at the thigh cut. I love how the sculpt of this armor here kind of wraps around the upper portion of his thigh, but doesn't hinder the articulation. That is very, very nice. You do have double joints at the knees there, which is really great. And then the ankles, you can see, have the ability to kind of rock side to side, as well as move forwards and backwards a bit. But that rocking ability there is perfect. Kind of like, look at that little hinge joint there, which is awesome. So that way you can get him in some really great stances. All in all, the articulation is really, really good. He is very, very poseable. Minor complaints, I don't like how loose he is kind of on the torso. You can see he does have a tendency to wobble around just a little bit. Just kind of bobbles around there. But it's not getting in the way of keeping him posed. He poses just fine. He seems to maintain whatever pose I put him in on the shelf. So articulation, very good on this guy. All right. So there are several accessories going on here. First of all, the figure does come with interchangeable hands. So he's got a closed fist for his left arm, and he's got another open kind of claw hand there for his right hand. So the hand that's on there right now is meant to be holding on to his staff, while we've got this open hand over here. If you want to swap those parts, it's just as easy as pulling the hands right out. They're pretty tight, but you can see they're just little skinny pegs there. And then you can take the new hand and you can pop it into place just like that. And now we've got a closed fist, so you can swap those out. That way you can get some different poses out of the figure. So that's going to bring us to his accessories. So of course, you can't have Lord Zedd without his amazing staff with the Z on the top of it there. This is just molded in kind of a grayish silver plastic. You'll notice it is not as shiny as the silver on his armor. So again, I do wish this was painted the same so it at least matched that, because it was, again, a very, very shiny weapon in the TV series there. But it holds very nicely, specifically in that right hand. You can see he gets a really tight grip on it, and it's a very cool looking weapon there. Makes for some great poses. And to even add to that, we've got this great red lightning blast effect, which is made out of like a translucent red plastic. You can kind of just wrap that around the Z if you want to on there. That way you've got him kind of shooting a cool electrical blast out of the staff. So that is a really nice addition as well. And lastly, we've got the grenade. That's right, it's his cool little grenade or bomb that he would throw down to make his monsters grow. This actually holds perfect in that left open hand there, which is awesome because we can get some fantastic poses with Zedd, with his weapons, his staff, his grenade. The poses work well with this guy. It's just fantastic. All right, guys, just for fun, it's comparison time. As I mentioned, I've been a longtime fan of the Lord Zedd character. I've always liked the action figures, but I never really felt that they lived up to the cool design of the character. So just to show you, this is the 1994 release of Lord Zedd from Bandai, the original Lord Zedd action figure that we got in the smaller scale. And well, I think this image right here speaks for itself. So there you go, my friends. There is a look at the brand new Power Rangers Lightning Collection Lord Zedd action figure from the folks over at Hasbro. I have minor little nitpicks. I don't even want to call them complaints, just nitpicks. Mostly I kind of wish that the silver was a little shinier, but it's fine how it is. I wish that the fingertips were painted silver, and I wish the articulation was a little tighter so he didn't wobble so much. But again, I'm calling those minor nitpicks because overall, this is an awesome figure. The sculpt is great, the paint is pretty great all the way through, the articulation is pretty phenomenal, and He's just such a fun figure to pose around and play with, and shoot, I had so much fun taking pictures of this guy. So I think this is a really exciting figure that Power Rangers fans are absolutely going to love, and personally, I can't wait to check out more figures from Hasbro's Lightning collection. So these guys are starting to hit store shelves right now. I found mine at Walmart, so happy hunting, my friends. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, leave me a comment to let me know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, my friends.